Friends, Internet and World Wide Web. It is one of the prominent subject nowadays what we are going to deal with. Today, we will discuss one specific application which is most frequently used by us, that is called web browser. Now, web browser as such is concerned, it is simply a kind of application like other applications, we can say MS Word, MS Excel, like that. But when we want to say something about web browser, then basically we are thinking in respect to internet. What web browser can support us? It basically brings various resources from internet and displays them to user, that is we people. So, the resources on the internet are web pages or HTML documents, images, videos, PDF files and various different kinds of pieces of content. A web browser or a browser is a software application which is used to retrieve resources from internet and display them to user. Basically, this is the main purpose of web browser. All the resources as what we have elaborated at the top, and when the web browser application is comfortable enough in a position to display them, then these are displayed to the screen. It performs the above task in a user friendly manner so that the user can easily traverse through these resources. Means these resources are supposed to be displayed to screen, and when user is going to see them, it simply looks as if we were going to read a particular book, rather electronic book. Now, web browser basically contains various different parts. These are as shown on the screen. Main elements of browser are user interface, browser engine, rendering engine, networking, interpreter, user interface backend and data storage. Now friends, we will go into little bit more detail of these components. First, user interface. It includes the address bar and various options oblique buttons for navigation. When we open the web browser, could be Internet Explorer or Opera or Google Chrome, then there is a specific bar at the top where we even can write URL, Uniform Resource Locator, that is means address of the site. Browser engine, it is a second component. It manages action between the user interface and rendering engine. That means this browser engine picks the information from user interface and transfer them in a understandable manner to rendering engine. Third component is rendering engine. It is responsible for displaying the resources requested by the user. Different browsers use different rendering engines. For example, some of the browser I have narrated over here. First, Internet Explorer uses Trident as a kind of rendering engine. Firefox uses Gecko. Chrome and Opera uses Blinks, etc. Another component of web browser is networking. Friends, I hope you might have seen one word HTTP when we are typing URL of the concerned website. So basically it is concerned about networking. It is used for network calls such as HTTP requests using different implementations for different platform behind a platform independent interface. That means web browser basically provides URL with the help of user interface, this URL is transferred to rendering engine through browser engine, and finally it is responded to networking part. Networking part further distribute it to the concerned component of the browser, which is responsible for getting respective information so that the same can be displayed to the user. Another component is user interface backend. It is used for drawing basic components like combo boxes and windows. This backend exposes a generic interface that is not platform specific. Underneath it uses operating system user interface method, so that the corresponding operating system applications or APIs can be taken care of. Next component is interpreter. Basically friends, when we are dealing with web browser, particularly when developer is going to develop a website, so this website basically possesses a series of so many codes in different languages. Now the purpose of this interpreter is to explain that particular code to the underlying hardware. It is used to parse and execute script code so that the underlying module can understand the same. And the last component of web browser is data storage. When we are dealing with web browser, so series of so many information are supposed to be saved by respective web browser. So this data storage is that particular portion where the web browser is sufficient enough to store information. So this is a persistence layer. The browser may need to save all sorts of data locally, such as cookies, etc. Now friends, we will discuss various functions of the web browser. Browser performs following three main types of functions. First, to bring information resources to the user, that is retrieval or fetching. Here I want to say that information are picked up, fetched from various storage under distributed internet storage, and these are supposed to be taken care for displaying them to the user. Allowing retrieved information to be viewed by the user, that is display and rendering. As I have conveyed that in first part informations are fetched. Now in the second part, this fetched information are presented to the user. This is called display or rendering. Third, it allows access to other information, that is navigation and following links. When information are displayed to the screen, so it is not enough for getting them simply read as if we were reading the book. So instead there are series of so many links, buttons, where we are supposed to click to get more elaborated form of the same information. May there be certain movies, flash, etc. So using these links or buttons, we can explore them in a user friendly or convenient manner. Beside main functions, the browser also possesses some special advanced features. First is changing home page. Basic purpose of home page is that a specific page to be displayed every time whenever we open the browser application. So it is used to store a web page to be visited every time when we get online, that is when we start our browser application. Favorite. Frequently required web pages can be placed into favorite option, so that repeatedly we do not need to type URL of that particular application again and again. RSS feeds. Friends, RSS stands for really simple syndication. Many websites such as blogs or news sites frequently update content for their readers. After adding the website to favorite, it becomes easy to subscribe to the site's RSS feed. Means friends, when there is a news site, as we can see that news is a repeated updated phenomenon. So, suppose actually if the news has been updated from the source site and we have opened the browser little bit earlier. So, if RSS feed is there, then what actually is going to happen? This particular news will automatically refreshed in our screen, so that we rather will be in a position to see the updated news. This is being possible with the help of RSS feeds. Browser history. When we are using browser application, so naturally we will be going to see series of so many websites again and again and again and again. So, these already viewed websites are stored in browser history option of the web browser. Web pages visited by the user are stored in the browser's history option. The browser provides various options for management of the browser's history. Some of them are view, delete, etc. That is, we can view the history already we have seen, we can delete the option or various URLs available in the history, etc. Add-ons. Add-on is what? A specific tools which are supposed to be provided by the corresponding developer, so that if these are attached to our browser application, then rather we will be in a position to see some additional feature from the help of browser. Add-ons allows us to personalize the browser by adding websites, toolbars and other features. Means various tools are there which are supposed to be developed by the third party applications developer. If these are supposed to be added to our web browser application, then with the help of such buttons or such options or such toolbar, we will rather will be in a position to view more and more contents in rather more user friendly environment. Two add-ons that are included with the Internet Explorer 8 version are Accelerator and Web Slices. Now friends, we will discuss one of the prominent web browser application, that is Internet Explorer. So, Internet Explorer is one of the most popular web browser in the world. It is the default web browser for Windows, computer and tablets. Its version started from Internet Explorer 1, that is IE 1, and the current version is IE 11, that is 11th version of Internet Explorer. Internet Explorer covers most of the share of web browser applications available in the present scenario. It is acceptable and compatible for almost all websites. Generally, many online examination web portals especially advise to open the web portal in Internet Explorer. Friends, when we open examination portal or banking portal in Internet Explorer, then we basically see least kind of errors. So, they suggest us to open the web portal in Internet Explorer rather than other available web browsers. Here it is a snapshot of Internet Explorer. As you can see, this is the screen which is supposed to be displayed when we open a web browser application Internet Explorer. Here as you can see, these are the navigation button. That means with the help of these navigation button, we can either move the earlier viewed pages or we can view the next. This is the title bar where the application as well as browser application name, that is Internet Explorer, is being displayed. Here it is the address bar where user can type URL of respective website to be viewed, As you can notice here, I have typed http www.nic.in, and the moment we make enter over here, some sort of such application will be displayed to us. This is the current tab which basically suggests us that in this tab we have opened this particular website. These are the special button. This is for minimizing the application, this is for closing the application, and here it is used for maximize. So, these three buttons are named as minimize, maximize and close button. Here as you can see, this is the search symbol which is displayed as a kind of magnifying glass. So, when we need to search some specific word in this particular web application, then we can type that particular character or words in this particular box, so that the corresponding thing will be displayed to us. So, as you can see, this Internet Explorer application basically support us to type the things what we need as if we are typing in our simple word application or something else. Friends, here I want to explore one thing, that is Netscape Navigator was the only browser application in our earlier days when we have started using internet. Netscape Navigator is a web browser developed by an American company, Netscape Communicator. The Netscape browser was the beginning of the 1990s by Mark Anderson, co-founder of Netscape Communicator. The current owner and proprietor of the mark Netscape is American Online. It is the flagship product of the Netscape Communication Corporation. That means this Netscape Communication Corporation was being known by the audience user simply that it is that particular firm who have developed Netscape Navigator. It was the dominant web browser in terms of usage share in the 1990s, but by 2002 its usage had almost disappeared as increase in Internet Explorer and other popular web browser. That means the moment Internet Explorer was launched to the market, as Internet Explorer was little bit more user friendly, therefore user have started using Internet Explorer as a kind of web browser rather than Netscape Navigator. Friends, as you can see, here it is the screen which is showing us Netscape Navigator. As you can see, these are the navigation button back and forward. It is the title bar once again which shows the Netscape Navigator as a kind of web browser and respective application what we have opened. This is the address bar where user can type URL of the corresponding website to be viewed. Here as usual these are minimize, close and maximize button which were also available in our Internet Explorer. Beside that, it contains various other options like reload, home, search, guide, etc. Next friend, it is Netscape Communicator. Netscape Communicator is a complete set of tools that allows to take advantage of all kinds of services provided by the internet. That means it is not a single application, instead it is set of tools which combinedly support us for navigation in the internet. It is the screen which basically shows the Netscape Communicator. Here we are showing Netscape Navigator, which is one of the tool of Netscape Communicator. These are the component of Netscape Communicator. The first is Netscape Navigator. It is used to find and view information on the World Wide Web. That means one of the tool to be known as web browser application. Netscape Messenger, it is used to send and receive electronic mail. That means suppose if you want to use Netscape Communicator as a kind of mail server, then this particular component support us for sending and receiving mail. Netscape Collabora, it participate in news groups and discussion group, or just see what others are saying. That means, as you have noticed friends, that there is a specific application or rather option that is called chatting. So, when we need to perform chatting with the internet through Netscape communicator, then this component basically support us. Another component is Netscape Composer. It is used to create and publish your own web page. That means, suppose if we want to develop our own web page, then this particular component support us for development of user friendly website at the end user level. Netscape Conference, it collaborate live with another colleague anywhere in the world. With the help of this Netscape Conference, one can use video conferencing with the help of this particular tool, and when we are using this tool, so both the recipient as well as sending, both the agencies are supposed to be synchronized at that level. Netscape Netcaster, it is one another tool which automatically delivers and update website directly to our desktop. Netscape Calendar, it plan your schedule and manage your calendar. Netscape Auto Admin, it lets system administrator centrally distribute, update and manage Netscape communicator within an enterprise network. So, friends, as you have seen that Netscape communicator is not a single tool. Instead, it basically is a set of tools which supports us for using all kind of services whatever are provided by the internet. That means, we can chat it, we can send message as a kind of email, we can use it as a kind of web browser, etc. Friends, today we have discussed one of the prominent application of internet and World Wide Web, that is web browser. Web browser, as we have seen, that only application which basically make our interest within internet, and rather indirectly we can say that actually it is the application which basically takes us to nearer to the internet. We have seen various functions of web browser application, various advanced features of web browser application. Beside that, also we have seen some prominent web browsers available in the market like Internet Explorer, Netscape Navigator, Netscape Communicator, and as even you have seen that Netscape Communicator basically comprises various set of tools which supports us for navigation with the internet. I hope you have enjoyed the lecture. Thank you.